Nice keys on the beat.
Right on point. Okay. Like swimwear, they say. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, stagnation. Or these days actually I should say ladies, gentlemen, and alternatives. Stagnation crypto warriors, welcome back to the channel. It is a spectacular Monday. Like always, we like to show up on time.
Champions.
Because if you're not on time, you're on late, man. That's what they say.
Even on Memorial Day.
Well, it's about freedom,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, especially on a day like this. The freedom to continue to push, the freedom to do whatever. As a matter of fact, right? Given the day that it is, man, let me read you the definition of freedom. Because this is the reason why a lot of people lost their lives.
Mm.
Lay their lives on the ground for something they believed in, right?
Champions.
Freedom. Freedom is the ability to make choices and act on them without external constraints.
Mm.
Straightforward, right?
External
Constraints.
Keywords.
So, you may exercise freedom in various aspects of life, right? There's job opportunities, travel, healthcare, and financial independence. Now, this is also something that was valid when I asked AI, because these days you have to ask AI, man. AI is part of our life. So you have to ask AI. And I asked AI, what is the correlation between money and freedom? And AI said, if you have more money, you don't have to stress because you can get more job opportunities because you have the opportunity to just kick back and figure it out.
You can just pop into Monaco,
right?
And have a great time.
Exactly, dude. I still gotta go to Monaco, man. I was looking at what it takes to just travel to Monaco, like top level style, and it's not that bad, bro. It was just like 106K. Yeah, about 106K for the full blown opportunity with the F1 race and all. You know what I mean? But other than that, look at this. The next thing AI said was travel, like Monaco, education, healthcare, and financial independence. Now, obviously, this is Memorial Day. A lot of people lay down their life for this freedom.
For all of those freedoms. Freedom to travel.
Exactly.
To get the education that you want.
All of that, right?
Yeah.
Freedom to pursue your financial goals, if you will.
Yeah.
Right? Double up.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on this freedom thing?
I woke up this morning.
Wait, by the way, before we continue, let's read these comments. Let's read these comments. I'm just saying this now. We can't just keep rolling. El Demnam El, man. In the house, man. The gunner himself. The man, the king, the legend. Good morning, sir. Happy Monday to you.
I was thinking of him this morning when I got my hat.
Is he wearing a hat?
Yeah, he is wearing a hat.
Spectacular. Listen, man. Africans are rising. We are realizing our true value. I told you guys this thing, man. Everyone will start wearing the hat soon.
Freedom.
African, that is.
It's the freedom to wear your hat freely.
Recognize who you are, man, and represent that shit to the max. Anyway, Grand Rising Brothers. What does it say? The rest of the part. Health is strength. Yes, sir. And wealth is health. Oh, yes. Health is wealth as well. Jeez.
Hey,
I zigzagged it.
It's a synthetic situation going on there.
Absolutely, man. Well, carry on, double up.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning thinking, man, we gotta talk about a really good topic. I thought about it last night. So, how last minute was trying to change topic sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta do this today, man. Today is Memorial Day, and we want to thank all the military men and women and alts out there that have sacrificed their...
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Incredible sacrifice.
Sacrifice their lives to allow us to be able to freely talk, on YouTube Because there are some nations that you can't even speak up.
Yeah,
Literally, it's
you can't.
total shutdown.
You can't. You can't.
They will just pop in your house and take you and put you in prison for no damn reason, or for just for speaking up.
Well, where I was born in Cameroon, right? I don't know if you've heard about like the English and French
Hmm.
situation that went down, and then now there's like a whole, you know, a regime, right,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess opposing group known
Hmm.
as Ambazonia. But this was a situation where, at least part of it, right? I'm not fully aware of the whole thing, but one of the big things was the fact that the French wanted the whole country to speak in French, and the English were like, no, we don't want to do this. And in an environment like that where people do not have guns to protect themselves,
Hmm.
there is atrocious videos out there, which you don't see because it's not a priority for Western media. But they're just out there essentially executing people, women, kids, everything,
Yep.
just for something that minute, but it's absolutely ridiculous. But
This
it just shows you the extent to which freedoms can be taken from people.
this is why we
Right?
believe in the free room for you to own your own weapons,
Yeah,
because that would not happen if people had access to their weapons.
exactly.
It's gonna
That's
be,
true.
hey man, you're not just gonna
You
take
think
me
twice
out.
about it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But push on.
Yeah, so we did the research, and I have to say though, Google, OpenAI is a bit biased on the definition of freedom money.
Yeah.
Maybe they're still caught up and stuck in the old ways of, oh, it's financial freedom, financial literacy, ability for you to be able to save up money so that you can spend it in the past. And the old concept of, maybe the fire approach,
Mhm.
where you just fight really hard so that you can live freely. But when we dig further and we look at money, is money really free? The money that we are using right now, your
Mm.
credit card, with the invasion of your privacy. Because if you don't know, you should probably know that by now, that for you to use your credit card, you have to give up a lot about your personal privacy.
This is true.
Those credit
Absolutely.
card knows a lot more about you than you know about yourself.
Yeah, everything knows a lot about you that you know about yourself these days. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I think those are things that we have to control. Which, by the way, before we continue, guys in the chat, please let me know. Uh Google Bard or ChatGPT or OpenAI, essentially,
Hmm.
right? Because I think the battle has been brewing.
Mm.
First we saw, this is just a side note. First we saw ChatGPT come through, totally crushed Google. But Google went back, because Google definitely came out and fumbled a little while back. And I'm
Yeah.
just curious to know what everyone thinks. But recently, Google has punched back, and it is something serious.
Yep.
Full blown AI, like it's here. Like there is no going, there's no going around it, right? Like AI is just here, accept it, and it's functioning in your life. But you guys, let me know if you've messed with any of this stuff, and if you have a preference, leave it down below. But right now, I think as I've not been a Google fan, I think Google is coming with some heat, man.
I
Incredible.
was I was concerned a little bit there with my Google investment, by the way.
But Google investment, yeah, true. Well, who knows, man? Those slow moving things. I'm just buying Bitcoin right now. I don't even look at. But here's the thing, man. I think freedom requires discipline.
It does.
That's for sure. You cannot obtain freedom without discipline. And I
Yes.
think one of the main things that,
And sacrifice.
yeah, and sacrifice, right?
Lots of sacrifice.
And so one of the main things that I would say we want to take away from this whole, at least this idea of freedom, right,
Hmm.
is to understand that, for one, it's going to be absolutely inconvenient a lot of times, but you also have to look at it as, do people look at it as inconvenient just because of the extreme marketing that has been happening, letting everyone, because America sells convenience,
Yes.
and to be honest, convenience is now becoming the death of
America.
America, right?
Yeah.
So we need to kind of take more responsibility for some things that are within our own control. And I think one of those things is a financial freedom.
Hmm.
It's very important because I will point out one thing here. If you notice recently,
Hmm.
right, just to point out how important it is to maintain control of financial freedom,
Hmm.
right? In the same way where, you know, you've heard a lot of Bitcoiners complaining about censorship, right? Which is, it's been happening. It's been happening. There's been censorship happening. There's been
I mean,
what we could say bank runs, which is just really being hidden. It's happening. But at the same time, I think it is important to also notice, right, the situation like with Bud Light and Target and all of those guys,
yeah,
where they went in a certain direction,
yeah.
and people were able to punch back with money. by selling the shares,
Yep.
right?
All in their purchasing power away from.
Exactly, right? Now, at the same time, of course, that could have also been like in a different way where they're being targeted. Say, for example, like Tesla, you have
Hmm.
people, people kept shorting this company
Yeah.
for no good reason,
Yep.
right? But I think that is what financial freedom allows you to do. You can vote with your dollars.
Yep.
Now, imagine if these people were trying to dump their shares and it all got frozen,
Mm.
which can be done, right?
No, they've done it on the stock market.
Exactly. That stops you now from executing exactly what the definition of freedom says, right?
Yep.
Ability to make choices and act on them without external constraints. So I think that's what free market is too.
I would say AMC and the GME situation is a good example.
Yeah.
AMC beat the numbers big time,
Right.
but they froze the stock the moment it started to
It started
pick
rising.
up.
Yeah.
That is not freedom. And I think that's the misconception that a lot of people have had till today, even to this moment as I'm speaking.
Yeah.
We've been sold so much convenience that we do not realize that our money freedoms do not exist.
Facts.
In the stock market, you do not control that. You're not free, even though they give you the little sprinkles now. The number formulation that they give you, that they tell you that the SPY goes up X amount of time over X amount of years, when you calculate inflation into it, that
Yeah.
number is wrong. That means your money is being devalued no matter where you put it,
Yeah.
right? You use the credit card for your day to day activities, you've lost your privacy.
Mm.
You use the bank charge you a bunch of fees. Now they actually limit the amount of money you can pull out, your money
Yeah.
that you can pull out of your bank account on a 24-hour basis.
Yeah.
Money laundering, whatever that is. The money moves for those that don't want it to move.
They
But for you
control
and I,
yeah, they control the accessibility to the
yeah.
money as well.
So
Yeah.
you really need to just wake up and realize that what you've worked out for, your energy that you've converted into money, because that's really what money is.
Mm.
You and I work, we hopefully get paid in money, whatever currency your country gives you.
Right.
In the US, it's the US dollar. In whatever countries, they give you a specific currency. That's what money now becomes. You want to store that money, and that money should be able to either hold its value or grow. And what a lot of people do not realize is that that money isn't. It's not free.
Well, factually, if we look at the whole world right now
Yeah.
and you look at their currencies,
Hmm.
right, the value of your money has been moving in one direction and it's not up. It's just been steadily down.
Yeah.
So there's a certain point in time where, like, no matter what sort of complex terms or sophisticated people you try to pull up on national TV or whatever sort of show, or wherever they go to demonstrate their sophistication and stuff like that
CNBC.
these days, right? It stops making sense because the math, you cannot drive around the math, man.
No, you
The
can't.
math is just what it is. And at this point in time, it's just turning out that a lot of shit that we grew up, understanding is bullshit. You gotta understand, a lot of people talk about financial freedom. Like, let's say someone like Dave Ramsey, right?
Ooh. Throwing some punches. Here we go.
No, I'm not even trying to throw punches at the guy. I'm just trying to demonstrate the point here. Like, say take someone like Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Everything he's teaching
Yep.
is not a problem. I even followed his plan to
Yeah.
bring myself out of,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
To a point where I'm like, all right, this is great. But he is good at executing on a system that was designed by some people.
Mhm.
So he's great at it. It works,
Yep.
right? But it's not about him even. If you look at the underlying infrastructure, this is where things starts becoming blurry, right?
Mhm.
You see that the math does not make sense there.
Mhm.
So at what point? And I get it, it can be overwhelming. A lot of times people will be like, well, what do you do? But I think this is where we have to really explore what is on the table, as much as people don't want to. I mean, it's a lot of fear. I get it, and anxiety, but I think it's worth it for everyone to at least genuinely take time to understand money
Mhm.
and what other alternative is, and at least come to that realization themselves. Because I think there's a moment of realization, right, where you're like, okay, well, everything is a scam, and then you have to move differently.
A
What are
lot
your
of
thoughts?
a lot of people give up on that, just that point alone.
Yeah.
And that's what we find out from our conversations with people that we've been trying to orange pill, is
Mhm.
that they've just given up. Oh, that's just the way the system is. There's no need
Yeah.
to fix it.
This is true. People have
That's
accepted
literally
it.
what they tell us to our face. Like, it's
Yeah,
so broken. What the hell do you think you are to fix it?
yeah. People have accepted
Like,
it.
it's unfixable.
Nah, it's fixable.
I mean, we're talking about the
Yeah.
debt limit right
Well,
now.
here's the thing. It's we also have to say it's not. Some things don't need to be fixed.
Mm,
It's changeable. We can change direction
yeah,
because I think that's what it is here.
yeah.
Because you cannot go against this massive machine that is the government. You cannot. I mean, you don't have the weapons. You don't have the, you know,
Hey, you just
it's
talked
the
about
force.
freedom. You
Yeah,
just talked about freedom earlier. And what you just say in your definition of freedom, it's gonna face resistance.
yeah,
It's not meant to be convenient.
absolutely. It's not gonna be.
So the fact that we're seeing that in the Bitcoin environment and we're seeing the pushback, that literally gives you back that definition of it's freedom money, because freedom doesn't come easy.
Yeah,
It comes with sacrifices. It comes with commitment. And the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain,
right.
does all of that. I was gonna say earlier about the old debt limits that the US is going through right now.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of noise. We all know that.
Oh, they're gonna raise it. They have no choice.
Yeah,
They really act like they have an alternative. There is no alternative.
it's a fiat system.
This
It
is not
has
the
to.
first time, right?
No, it's
Oh,
normal.
that's actually this kind of goes further to my point about how much of a sham we're living in. Think about this situation, okay? Has there ever been a point where they actually went for another option other than raising the ceiling?
And that basically
Right?
debases the value of your money. That means the value of
Exactly.
your money goes down further.
Right. Now, is there really a realistic option? Let's say, is there an option of them not raising the ceiling and then there's another viable option that they can go for? There isn't. They're going to raise it. Your value of your money is going to go down. Let's stop playing this game. And there's no sense behind this math. It goes as they say it goes. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? Look, it is worth it to at least explore alternatives because at this point we're already on a sinking ship. So it's like, what else do you have to lose? Right?
Mhm,
You can hang on to it.
mhm,
We have a situation where you have a decentralized blockchain that is telling you that, hey, we'll give you financial freedom, right? And I think that main part of the financial freedom comes from this fact that you cannot censor the money. You use
mhm,
it everywhere.
mhm,
It's freaking global, dude.
mhm.
You cannot ignore that, right? And I think no matter how these people have said Bitcoin is dying.
You said it so many times.
Listen, man, we are now at a point where banks are buying Bitcoin. I don't think
I think,
I
I
don't
think,
think
I think,
anyone can
I think, I
convince me
think,
otherwise.
I think banks are buying Bitcoin as an insurance against the central bank.
Well, they're buying Bitcoin. Period. I mean, it's just not. There was a point in time where they said Bitcoin was garbage,
Yeah,
right? But they're buying it now.
yeah.
So, when we talk about privacy, it's not pseudonymous, right? It's not anonymous, but it's
Mhm,
pseudonymous.
mhm,
It's better than what you're getting from a banks,
mhm.
right? Where it's just
It's real engineered money, not just money that is printed out of here.
yeah. I mean, at this point, it's also about marketing, right? You
Yeah,
buy something, they take your info, and then they essentially
sell it.
market to you and target you everywhere on the internet. Sometimes you buy things. You really have to ask yourself if you're buying it because you want to or because you've been inspired to buy it. It's something.
You said inspired.
Listen,
Inspired is the
man.
wrong word, man.
I'm trying
Do
to
you
keep
really
things.
need it or do you want it? Oh,
Listen,
but guess what? Amazon showed it to me. Let me just go ahead and buy it.
look, man. I'm trying to use more gradual or more soft words, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Global accessibility anywhere,
Mhm.
right? You don't, I mean, you don't rolling up somewhere like, oh well, it's Sunday, the bank is closed here, or
Even
like we
worse.
don't have your bank in this side of the world. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that
Yeah.
actually happened to me while I was in Chicago this weekend, right?
Oh really?
It's very hard to find Bank from America in Indiana.
Okay.
So you got to go all the way to Chicago to get Bank from America. Whereas I can just Bitcoin swipe.
Even in the leading world nation, okay, there is problems with accessibility to your banks. That is asinine. In the 21st century, where you really don't even need physical banks.
And the banks
So
close at 2 p.m. On the weekend.
ownership and control is the last one. Double up.
Yeah.
Let's knock that one out and we'll close it out.
Ownership and control is really big.
Right.
Like you were saying, international travel, you can go anywhere in the world and still spend the same currency without worrying about the devaluation of your currency at another nation.
Right.
So you're able to own it and you control it. Really, it's in your wallet.
Yes.
It's not limited by when you can access it
Your keys,
by
your
the banks.
coins.
It's your bank, it's your money, it's stored there. You just use it when you need to use it. I paid my bartender, I paid my barber. Are you guys liking the
Oh,
hats?
dude, that's crazy. It's one. I think this is one thing, man. I'm really happy for my barber because I've been paying this guy in Bitcoin since when it was at 15K.
Yep,
I think he's winning right now.
it's
That's so
free.
incredible. So let's see what else, man. Let's check out if we have any comments before we close this one out. We are missing that one. Grand Rising to you too. He has a red hat, he says. You gotta wear that hat daily, brother.
It's a red
Yeah.
fez.
You gotta wear it is it a red vest? Was that
Yeah, I think it's a style of hat.
no? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you found this information helpful. Double, do you have anything else you would like to add, sir?
Yeah, I like to put that little
Go
quick of a
ahead, man.
summary.
Go ahead.
Freedom, money. I think those two should be synonymous,
Yeah.
and Bitcoin answers that. Take a second, just check it out. Learn
So-
about money, read about freedom. It will lead you to Bitcoin. It's
Oh.
that simple.
Look at that, man. Ain't that incredible, man? Ladies and gentlemen, please let us know if you would like to join our chat and to talk about everything Bitcoin. We're going to create one on Discord. Well, actually, we already have one. We're just wondering what we'd like to do. We'd like to engage with everyone more. Come up with some cool ideas and execute on them as a community. Let us know what you think. Hit us up on Twitch, right? We're over there.
Twitching.
Yeah, switching away with Elon and his people. Okay. We're also, of course, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to the Gentlemen of Crypto.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a beautiful thing to be here in the mornings. We're also on Facebook, Stackfin. Instagram is a biatch. We're also on Spotify, Stack. Also, if you have a ledger, man, go burn that thing.
Smash it.
Yes. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, man, it's been really cool hanging out with y'all. Have a spectacular Monday, and we'll see you guys next time. Praise and out.